a former diversity program manager at Facebook and Nike has been sentenced to federal prison for a $5 million fraud. We've talked about this story, and it is it's disappointing to see this situation. Barbara Furlow Smiles, who is a former diversity program manager at Facebook and Nike, sentenced for stealing more than $5 million based on some elaborate scheme involving fraudulent vendors, fictitious paperwork, and cash kickbacks. Does it sound like Donald Trump? It sounds exactly like the kind of actions that he takes. Furlow Smiles violated her position of trust as a DEI executive at Facebook. And according to authorities, she stole millions from the company, utilizing a scheme involving these fake invoices, cash kickbacks, fraudulent vendors, according to the U.S. attorney. After being terminated from Facebook, she brazenly continued the fraud as a DEI leader at Nike. Over there, she stole another six-figure sum from their diversity program. She was already getting paid good money, but greed has a way of doing that. Her prison sentence reflects the consequences of her decision to orchestrate an intricate scheme to defraud two of her employers for personal profit. I'm just saying Donald Trump does this same exact thing. I have no problem holding this lady, Barbara Furlow Smiles, was a black lady, accountable. I want others held accountable the same way. So she violated trust. So she stole some money. So she got caught. So she's paying the price, as she should. As she should. First, she was linked to PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, these accounts. She linked them to her Facebook credit cards, and she used those accounts to pay friends, relatives, and other associates for goods and services that, in truth, were never provided to Facebook. Now, to conceal these bogus charges, Furlow Smiles submitted fraudulent expense reports, falsely claiming that her associates or their businesses had performed work on programs and events for Facebook, such as providing swag or marketing services when they did not do so. So she was, paying herself and then writing up these invoices. Right? After these individuals received the payments from Facebook, they returned the vast majority of the money to her. So she paid them, paid her. You know what I mean? It was, she gave them a slight kickback. These kickbacks were paid in cash or through account transfers, including her husband. They paid the cash kickbacks in person or by Federal Express or by mail, sometimes wrapping the cash in other items like T-shirts. Furlow Smiles also directed associates to pay one another or others whom she owed money to conceal her involvement in the scheme. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Now, she also caused Facebook to onboard several vendors that were owned and operated by friends and associates who paid her kickbacks. She had a whole little thing going. She had a whole little criminal conspiracy going. She approved fraudulent invoices for these same vendors. After Facebook paid the vendors, she directed the vendors to return a portion of the money they received to her. She was just gangster. She was just completely brazen. So finally, it's caught up with her. And she recruited numerous people to participate in this scheme. These individuals included friends, relatives, former interns from prior jobs, nannies, babysitters, a hairstylist, a university tutor. She also caused Facebook to make payments for her benefit to others who did not pay kickbacks. For example, Furlough Smiles caused Facebook to pay nearly $10,000 to an artist for specialty portraits and more than $18,000 to a preschool for tuition. After that caught up with her, she was fired from Facebook. She worked at Nike from November 2021 to February 2023. And there she was a senior director of diversity, equity, and inclusion, also called DEI. Now, in that position, she was responsible for supporting DEI initiatives, developing strategies, and hosting DEI events. So she was primarily responsible for a Juneteenth event in New York during her time at Nike. But as she had done at Facebook, she circumvented the vendor process at Nike to commit fraud. She linked her Nike corporate card to her PayPal and Venmo accounts. She then paid her associates with PayPal and Venmo, causing fraudulent charges to her Nike card. The associates kicked back portions of the payment to her. She submitted fraudulent expense reports to Nike to cover her tracks. The expense reports falsely claimed that the payments were related to the Juneteenth event. Rinse and repeat. In total, it is being reported that she stole more than $4.9 million from Facebook and over $120,000 from Nike based on these fictitious charges and fraudulent invoices. She used the money to buy luxury, just a whole luxury lifestyle in Oregon, Georgia, and California. And the thing is that these white collar crimes, they bring the hammer down hard on folks. Case was investigated by the FBI, and Assistant U.S. Attorney Stephen H. McLean and Bernita B. Mallow prosecuted the case. So they're gonna, we often say that they're gonna make an example of somebody. We often use that terminology, and that's what's gonna happen here. They're gonna make an example out of her, and she deserves it. I mean, it was very brazen. So she's been given 5 years. In addition to the 5 years in prison, the former DEI executive also got 3 years of supervised release. So she thought she was untouchable. But it turns out that they were able to finally catch her. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Did she get too much time? Did she get not enough time? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok at The Diamond K Show. Of course, you can support this program and OnFire-TV via paypal.me/Radio on Fire. Cash App is $, The Diamond K Show. You can become a member today. Support this community-powered news network. OnFire-TV.com/join. Subscribe on YouTube.com/djdiamondk. And as I said, emails djdiamondk@gmail.com.